Hello, my friends, and welcome to my indoor garden, where today we're going to look at bringing some of the outdoor plants in and how you can still have that bit of a green thumb inside during the winter months. So the winter frost is right around the corner. It's going to happen any day now, they say. And so I have been preparing by bringing what I can from the outdoors, from my patio, from the garden, etc. Some things I've dug up and put into plants. And I thought I would take you around this room, which is my sunroom. And it's in the front of our house. We added this on about 5 years ago, and it's been one of the best things for me as a gardener that I have ever done. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. You'll get notified. We come out with videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Saturday is really focused, like this one is, on creativity and what you can do to keep your creative juices flowing. So you will also be able to subscribe. You'll see a link below to our, what I call my victory letter. It's something I've been writing for the last 25 years. And it's just a little pick-me-up that I send out every week via email. And I will also have that week's videos links in there for ease if you're not over on YouTube happening to see them. So wanted to let you know about that, but let's get to the tour around my indoor garden and why it is such a benefit to my creativity, and it can be to yours as well. And you may not have a room this size, and I will show you during the course of this what was my original indoor garden, a little bit smaller, because I didn't always have great windows in our home. We've added some over the years and it's gotten better, but until we got this a room, and if there's a room in your house where you've got good eastern or western exposure, it's always the best. But let's take a look around the room and see what I've got cooking in here. All right. So I'm going to swing around. One of the things to let you know is that this room is right in the very front of our house. So this is our front door. So when you walk into our house, you instantly see plants. You know that we're into plants. So just to give you that feedback on that. But here, and then this door opens and goes up into the rest of our house up there. But I'm going to keep that closed for right now and just show you. Let me go on this side of the room. One of the things we're going to start off with is talking about geraniums. I love geraniums, and I have several up in my office as well upstairs. And many people are shocked to find out that you can overwinter geraniums. Now, I've seen YouTube videos about taking them out by the roots and doing all that, but I say, why do that? If you can, like, we have this actually has a southern exposure to this window. But look at these geraniums. I actually rescued them from the grasshoppers. I had them out on the front patio this summer, and the grasshoppers were just destroying them. I had grown these from seed, and I was not about to let those grasshoppers get them. So I went ahead and brought it in, and it has thrived in here through most of the summer. So I probably brought it in probably mid-July. And it's doing really well, and it will bloom throughout the winter, and that I love having blooms inside. There's a white sage here that a dear friend of mine sent me the seeds. They have quite a history behind them, and so they have grown very slowly over the summer, but since I moved them inside about 3 weeks ago, they have thrived. I've got a number of succulents indoors, which I love. There's the token fiddle leaf fig that I had up in my office, but it was having a hard time and starting to get some brown, so I brought it out here. I've got, what is this called? I always forget the name on this plant, and it has been going crazy lately. Yeah, a peperonia. And so I will forget names of plants because I tend to do that. to be sure. This Norfolk pine has just done so well in here. I did a video back in the spring about repotting it because it had grown out of its other pot, but it does really well. And it likes this because it doesn't get any direct sunlight. You can see right now it's getting a little light through the door, so it gets more diffuse light, which a lot of the plants on this side of the room do. I've got these, we have a couple of money plants. One is my son's that he left behind when he hit the road. He left me that one. And then he also left me this Chinese evergreen, which just does incredibly well. Now these are indoor plants and they don't go outside. And I put, this was such a big pot that this money plant was in, that I put this polka dot begonia in here. A friend had given me a cutting of it, and it has just done fabulously well over the course of me putting it in here in the bare roots. We've got, again, a lot of succulents, got a little water feature in here, which is just lovely. And what I will tell you is that some plants, when you bring them outdoors and you bring them indoors, sometimes they do good, and especially the begonias. This one has just come indoors and it's doing okay, but we'll see. Time will tell. But I'm seeing new growth on it, and that's always a good sign. Where this begonia here is not doing so well. It's lost its flowers in the couple of weeks since I brought it in, and so we shall see. And this herb got forgotten about, and so we'll see what happens to that sage in time. A jasmine. This jasmine bloomed beautifully outside. This is one that I move indoors and outdoors each year, and it had just bloomed beautifully this summer, and it's just a beautiful plant that I love. So not to spin you around too much, but another money tree over here. We have all these money trees, and this money plant, which my daughter gave me, a tiny little one, and it has just thrived over here. I forget what this is called, but this has done just beautifully in the base of that pot. And that's one of the things when you're short on space, is to remember to put multiple plantings in to a pot. Speaking of multiple plantings, look at these succulents in here. This was outside all summer, and I just brought that in. And here's some more down here. This one is not doing so well. This guy is, and again, that's what's going to happen when you bring outdoor plants in. Sometimes they do really well, sometimes they don't. This is another variety of jasmine, and I found this in our barn this spring. It was dead, and I had set it with my pots, and all of a sudden it started growing again. And so I got it into a new pot, and I'm bringing it in because it just is a healthy little plant at this point. It keeps growing, and I've got to keep cutting it back all the time. Here is a begonia that I have had for about 5 years that just keeps on going. I've got to trim it back a bit because it's got some dead stuff, but it was out all summer with this plant, and I forget what this is called. Isn't that a beautiful little flower on that? Another succulent. And then I will share this with you. I have here, they are not blooming, but they are looking like they're getting ready to again. So there's another little bloom there. This Lisianthus, I started from seed a couple of years ago. It never bloomed that first year, but I had it in this pot, and it started blooming this year outside. I have this datura that is in here with the little flowers on it. It was absolutely lovely. And then this lantana. So we'll see. Sometimes they lose their flowers and they come back. Sometimes they keep them. We just never know. I forget the name of this plant, but it's going crazy. Now here's something from a creativity standpoint that this is my meditation area. in the winter time that my altar area, and then just I have my yoga mat right there. I put it down in here. It is a cozy little room to do my meditation with the sun coming up in the east out that window, and I absolutely love it. I've got this coleus, which coleus can do really well, and it can potentially not. So we'll see how it does. It was outdoors all summer on the back patio, but it is back in here now. And then this girl, I forget what these are called, but they're just lovely. What else? The bougainvillea. I was debating whether to bring the bougainvillea in or not, but then I found this cool little back what's the word I'm looking for? The stand to put it on behind it, and I decided it was perfect in this corner, and it's actually starting to flower since I brought it in. Of course, the typical cactus, Christmas cactus, and then this jade plant that was my mother's. I had, as a small plant, I brought it back from California many, many years ago when she passed away, and it continues to grow beautifully. And calla lily, we'll see how that does, but it usually blooms once or twice over the year. So that's quickly my garden down here, but let me take a walk upstairs. Let's see, it's on the other side of this door. I don't know where the family is, but we will find out. I'm going to take you to my original window that I used when I started gardening indoors, and that is here in our dining room, which I'm still using. I still have a number of plants in here, including, look at this beauty. This one and this one, I uprooted it from an outdoor raised bed and have just been delighted with how much it's bloomed since it's been indoors for the last probably 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to get there's one more back there that I'm going to get. So you can see this was an outdoor plant as well. I've even got some of these snapdragons that are still living. These guys are having a hard time of it. And then yet another geranium. So that is what I wanted to share with you this week. The idea around all of this is to remember that you can create creative spaces in your home. You know, whether you have a big sunroom like we do or a small window area, but give those plants of those outside that may bite the dust, especially geraniums or anything like that that you really love. Bring them indoors. See if you can get them to thrive inside. Got to remember to water them, right? Fertilize them, etc. And you will really have a beautiful area inside all winter long. That's it for this Saturday. I hope that you have a great week ahead. And remember, onward we grow. Thanks for growing with us. And we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video, and then of course be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.